The 400-gallon aquarium is this close. And I'm not going to give any spoilers away. I'm not going to take you inside the house, and I'm not going to show you it because that's obviously a different series. This series is the 400-gallon DIY background that I'm building, and I'm going to do a DIY video on this because I feel like people are going to want to do this for themselves, because if you have the money to spend, then yeah, go ahead and spend it on a $800-900 background from, you know, like the Aquarium 3D background.com or whatever the bloody hell it is. Their products are fantastic. Their stuff looks it just looks amazing. But I, as a fish keeper, already have expensive stuff. I have the money to spend, but I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to see what I could do with my skill set in various different, you know, categories of this hobby, as well as building and doing construction and everything along those lines. I'm gonna spin the camera around and we're gonna show you whereabouts we are on this build, because trust me, this is gonna look so good. And it was like $100. From a distance, it actually looked quite decent. I'm not gonna tell you what this is. Obviously, I just did the top section here because I had to let this cure for like 2 days because I put so much spray foam on it. But let me know in the comments what you think this part is right here that's going up on the background. I did throw some spare dragonstone in it in random places. Don't worry, I will be cutting all of, like, you know, the surrounding stuff that kind of bows out and goes up on top of it. I'll be cutting that out. I just want it to be secure. I'm gonna have it over here. But obviously these are rocks. This is like some different type of rock here. There's gonna be a lot of big, deep stuff on the corners. Haven't touched that corner. I'm waiting for all of this to cure as well. So to me, I think it looks really good. But like I said, let me know in the comments what you think this is. If you want a DIY how-to video on how to do something like this, I will 100% go ahead and do a video on how I did this. This is literally a 6 foot wide background by a 3 foot tall, you know, piece of art that I'm making here. But I'm super pumped about how it's going to turn out. It's super, super cool. Now, if you do this yourself, and I'm sure someone probably will try it maybe on a smaller scale. Me, I'm kind of the guy that just likes to kind of like dive in deep. I like to just jump in the deep end and just get on with it and see what I'm capable of doing. I did all the research and it came back completely fine. Spray foam is obviously not harmful for your fish, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. The paint I'm using, now if you do this, you probably will. The paint I'm using is going to be like Krylon, I do believe. This is recommended the best possible paint that you can use for your aquarium, but you have to wait, I mean, not a long time, I would say maybe like a week, maybe 2 weeks, just push it out a little bit. Wait for this stuff to cure completely. I would say a couple of days will be fine, but just trust me, just do it, just do a couple of weeks, because let's be honest, you're not rushing to put a background in your tank unless like you're going to an event or you're at an event or something along those lines. I don't know, never been to an event with a background, so I don't really know how it works. But if you do it, definitely do one layer at a time. As you can see, I've only done one layer over here. It's because I just did that and I need to let that sit for 24 hours. Everything else on the tank clearly has already been, you know, sprayed and settled, because I think this part right here, that's actually like a 6th layer, I think. So this is like that right there is a sixth layer of spray foam. The reason why you don't want to spray one layer and then immediately spray another over it is because the first layer you put down, that needs air and oxygen, and it needs, like, literally needs air to grow and cure. Now, if you put another layer over that, you're pretty much blocking oxygen and air and, you know, everything else from getting to the product so it can fully expand and turn into, like, you know, this kind of crazy, weird, like squidgy hard stuff, right? That's pretty much what it is. It's insulation. So you have to give it time. Do not, trust me, please, do not go ahead and do 2 layers at the same time. Wait for the first layer to cure completely. Right. We have the build, okay? Well, not the build, I should say we have the project in front of us, clearly. I'm not going to give away what this is, but if I hold the camera here and kind of just give it a couple of seconds, you probably guessed it right. Now, I would assume this would look like the thing that I'm trying to actually make. I think this and this and this kind of gives it away. I think those might kind of give it away to you, but they're rocks. Obviously, these are rocks. I need to work on this area still. As you can see, like, this is just spray foam. And I got this texture, and I'll obviously explain how I got that texture in these rocks with just spray foam, because the spray foam turns out like this, okay? But I'm a definitely, we'll get into a video on how I do all of this. You'll enjoy it. I'm sure you probably know, like I said, what this is, and it's a cheap and effective way to do a background for your tank. It's so effective. I don't like how this turned out. I'm gonna rip that out. I'm actually gonna cut this and make it into something different. That did not turn out the way I wanted it to, but the rocks look great. Like, this is a rock, that's a rock. No, sorry, that's not a rock, that's part of this. That was going to be a giant rock, but I ran out of spray foam, hence why it's missing. But this is a rock, and this is going through the rock. This is a rock, and this is a rock, kind of. This is Dragonstone. But anyway, yeah, I'm super pumped. I wanted to challenge myself and see if I can, you know, save some money, but yet be proud of what I can accomplish on my own without any help, and just, you know, having a creative mind. And this is going to be fantastic when it's done, and I can't wait. Background is finally finished, and it looks fantastic in my opinion. I'm super stoked. I have left a lot of pockets as I have like dug in there and cleaned it out, made it look like, you know, bark, and bunch of Dragonstone. It's chilling. This stuff is on there, it's not coming off. Anubis is going to be going in all of these little cracks because I put them there so they would hold the plants. And then some are going to be going in these holes over here, that long crack right there. So these are rocks, as you can see. These is like a slate type thing, that's why they're tan. Rocks, more rocks, you know, but it's gonna look better once it's in the back and I can start planting on it. I do have some where'd I put it? I do have a lot of driftwood as well. This is just one of the ones that I have. That's going to be going in there too along the back wall. I'm going to mix that in with this to make it look more realistic. But this is mainly going to be covered with a lot of plants, so you're not mainly really going to see it that much. But, you know, we wanted to do our own 3D background, and I think for like about $110, I think we did a fantastic job, to be honest. So just took the Sawzall. If you know what a Sawzall is, it's like a rotating saw, whatever the bloody hell you call it. Well, we had a bunch of overhang. The reason why I recommend using the milk crate stuff to do this on is because you can get your measurements super easy, so you know that it slides in your tank easier. I literally just went ahead and just literally looked down it and then just ran a Sawzall all the way around. So now everything is square. I didn't square the top off because I don't want the top to be square, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming up like half out the water. So the sides are done, the bottom's done, and I'm literally ready to drop this thing in the tank. I can't wait to see what it looks like.